Hey guys, Apocalypso here, back with another episode of Extreme AI Matchups. And this one is the. Hold up. It is the Burmese. It is Min Bin as the Burmese, and Cavalry Robert as the Magyars. I probably totally butchered that. Um, So the map is Mediterranean. I'm sure I'm sure you know about this map by now. It's probably appeared on this series, several times. So looking at the Burmese, so they're classified as a monk and elephant civilization. So so that obviously they're good at monks and elephants, but they're also kind of a jack of all trades civilization because they are good at a bunch of different things actually. They're good at like standard cavalry. They don't really have they don't really have any siege too many siege options. But they seem to have pretty decent archers. Um I actually take that back because they only have the first archer armor upgrade. So yeah, anything with range is probably not going to be a good option as the Burmese. But anyway, so, getting down to their bonuses, their lumber camp technologies are free. Now, that is an immediate, um, has an immediate impact upon reaching a new age, because you don't have to take the time to research those technologies. Now, the technologies themselves are pretty cheap, so getting them free doesn't have much of an impact in terms of like resources, but but the impact they give you, um, that you get right away for from getting them for free is very helpful. Basically, the all your lumberjacks are going to start chopping faster as soon as you reach a new age, and that's very helpful. And you also don't need to remember those upgrades either. So that's another plus, I would say. So infantry a +1 attack starting in the feudal age. So militia, they have 4 attack normally. Man at arms have 6 normally, so they'd have 7. Long swordsmen have 9, so that would be 10. Oh, wait, actually, no, it would be 12. 12 in the, no, 11. Yeah, it'd be 11 without, okay, so, let me get this straight here. So, in the Dark Age, the militia would be completely vanilla with 4 attack. The man at arms would have 6 attack normally, but in the feudal age it has 7. So in the castle age it has the longswordsman has 9 attack by default, but with +2 it's 11 attack. So then in the imperial age, the two-handed swordsman would have um so in the imperial age it would be +3, so it would have, I want to say, 15 attack. And then the champion would have 16 attack. Yeah. And this is without upgrades, by the way. So that's that's pretty insane. Um, and then with the upgrades, they get so a fully upgraded champion as the Burmese. So remember, they would have 16 attack by default without upgrades in the Imperial Age. So then with the upgrades, it would get 17, 18, and then 19 attack. So a fully upgraded champion would have 19 attack. Uh, yeah, that's pretty insane. Their infantry is definitely among the best in the game, I would say. Especially since they have both the champion and the halberdier. And of course the halberdier also benefits from this, so they do more damage. Spearmen, pikemen, halberdier, they don't have that much attack to begin with, so they will do more damage than usual. So the spearmen would do 4, pikemen would do 6, and then the halberdier would do 9 without the upgrades. And then the upgrades, of course, would apply, so let's just say their infantry would be absolutely insane. I never realized how insane their infantry is. But that's a very, very strong bonus. Of course, since it starts in the feudal age, you don't get any extra bonus with like a 3 militia drush. So that's that's something. But yeah. Anyway, so battle elephants, they have plus 1 melee, plus 1 pierce armor. So where are the battle elephants? There they are. So by default, they have 1 melee armor, 2 pierce armor. So that means they would have 2 melee armor and 3 pierce armor with this bonus. That's the regular battle elephant. So elite battle elephant is also 2 melee armor, but it will have 4 pierce armor. So very good. Well, I want to say it's actually pretty good. Yeah. And then of course you have the tech, which basically does the same thing as the bonus. So they stack. So that's something I'll talk about in a minute. So then monastery technologies cost minus 50%. So monastery, yeah, here we are. So as you can see, all these. Hold up. I think the bonus must be shown here because these numbers look a little odd. Yeah, I think the numbers. You can see these things are quite a bit cheaper now. Sanctity is only 60 gold. Fervor is only 70. Illumination is only 60. Block printing is actually pretty affordable. It's 100 gold. So is theocracy. And so is herbal medicine, which nobody uses anyway. But I think it's worth noting the Burmese have all of the monk technologies except for heresy. And the only reason they don't have heresy is because of elephants. Most civilizations with elephants don't have heresy, because monks are meant to be a hard counter to elephants. But that's just kind of something you might not have known. But anyway, so as you can see, because they have access to almost all of the monk technologies, this bonus is actually giving you a huge benefit and a lot of savings for sure. And it just helps you upgrade your monks. The monks aren't any cheaper, but it helps you upgrade the monks a lot easier than if you're other civilizations. So then the team bonus is that the relics are visible on the map at the start of the game. You have to turn off Fog of War for this. Turn on, I mean. Anyway, you can see all these relics are visible. Yeah, you can see all these relics are visible. You can tell where they are. I'm sorry, I am currently sick, but I still want to get this video out. Anyway, so yeah, relics being visible at the start of the game. It is a team bonus, so it jives well with other civilizations like the Spanish and the Aztecs. They have good monks, and then the Lithuanians and the Burgundians have direct bonuses towards relics. The Lithuanians, I believe the Lithuanians gain +1 attack. Sorry. +1 attack on their knights and their unique unit for each relic obtained, up to 4. And then the Burgundians, they as a team bonus, their relics generate both gold and food. So that bonus, the team bonus that the Burmese have, jives well with both of those civilizations, I would say. And again, sorry if I sound a bit stuffed up, because I am sick, kind of, so I do have like a cold or whatever. Hopefully not COVID, but you know, I don't think it is. Anyway, going on to the unique unit now is the Arambai. Says a Burmese unique cavalry archer with a powerful but inaccurate dart attack. Strong versus infantry and cavalry. Weak versus archers. Now, actually, the attack used to be a lot more back in the day. And that was because missed shots did like half damage, which is the case for all missed shots if they hit another unintended target. If the Rambai's projectile hit an unintended target, then it would do half damage. But they recently changed that. Recently, I mean like a year ago probably. They changed it so that missed shots do full damage, that's pretty useful, I must say, but they toned down the attack of the Rambai as a result. Now, the Rambai is not very reliable at range because it's extremely inaccurate, but it is very, very powerful in melee combat because you're hitting the shots like 100% of the time. That's probably part of the reason they toned down the attack too, because they were just too strong up close. They're actually a lot weaker as a result because they have less damage output. I can't remember if they toned down the I can't remember if they improved the accuracy at all. I don't think they did, but they were kind of considered to be very, very strong units before because they were very good against melee units because they hit like almost all the time. And that was one of the things that they changed. One of the reasons they lowered the attack. But this unit is not very good against like individual targets because of the inaccuracy, but it is good against a large swarm of units because of the inaccurate but powerful shots. So, and it kind of gives it a unique role compared to, say, like a cavalry archer. Your cavalry archers are rather accurate. You kind of have to target individual units, but with the Rambai, you don't have to do that so much because you're kind of hitting all of them. So it ends up being kind of similar to if you're targeting like a group of units with a bunch of trebuchets. The trebuchets aren't going to be able to hit the units very accurately if you're going to select an individual one, but they would hit a whole bunch of units all at once with an incredibly powerful attack. So the Rambai is kind of like a toned down version of that. So that's something to keep in mind. So then their unique tech that I alluded to earlier is called Howdah. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Give me a moment. As I mentioned, Howdah is basically the bonus for their battle elephants, but again. So, since I mentioned, so they receive +1 normal, +1 pierce armor, which is the exact same as their bonus. So, it's a little redundant, I must say, but I guess it'd be kind of too broken to have double the effect for free, so they just kind of gave like half off kind of thing. So as I mentioned, The battle elephant affected by the bonus has +1 melee armor, or has 1 melee armor and 2 pierce armor, or sorry, 3 pierce armor. Yeah, no. So the regular battle elephant has 1 melee armor, 2 pierce armor. That's without the bonus, but with the bonus, it's 2 melee armor, 3 pierce armor. So then the elite battle elephant has 2 melee armor and 4 pierce armor. But with Howdah, it would go up to 3 and 4, and then it would be 3 and 5. And this is without the armor upgrades, so the armor upgrades would also contribute to that. You can see that basically does the same thing, except this one gives 2 pierce armor. So I don't know what fully upgraded battle elephant would look like for the Burmese, like elite battle elephant, but they are getting pretty good armor values for those units, so that's very helpful. And then the other unique tech, Manipur Cavalry. Manipur is a region in India. I think it is in the Himalayas. So, Cavalry deals +5 bonus attack versus archers. This used to be, I think, plus some value, might have been +5, some value, a bonus attack against buildings, but they changed that because I think either it was too broken or the masonry and architecture text just kind of nullified it to an extent, so they changed it to versus archers, which I think is less useful, but it's still pretty good, I must say, because, well, knights are already good against archers, but they just do sort of like bonus damage, and battle elephants, they're pretty slow, so they might be kind of susceptible to archer fire, even though they're pretty tanky. But yeah. But anyway, they'll do extra bonus damage against against the archers. Excuse me. Even though they're already pretty tanky to begin with, but archers might be able to whittle them down. But hussars are also helpful. They're also kind of an advantage because they have 2 pierce armor, but they're not very tanky in general against archers. So that's another thing to consider, because they do have hussar, and I believe, yeah, they're fully upgraded. So because they have husbandry, and they have bloodlines, and all the attack and armor, so they are fully upgraded hussars. With the bonus against archers, so they might be able to perform almost as well as knights. They don't have paladins. They're basically fully upgraded cavaliers, but cavaliers aren't as good as paladins. So, anyway, it's a tech that isn't probably isn't as useful as it used to be, but it's still pretty useful. Anyway, so the Magyars already been talking for quite a while, so I need to get a move on here. So Magyars, they are a cavalry civilization, and you'll see why. Villagers kill wolves with 1 strike. Now this is kind of a gimmicky bonus, but basically you won't have to waste a lot of time and health from villagers fighting like wolves and other hostile animals like that. It doesn't apply to boars, but it does apply to aggressive animals like the wolf, so like bears and jaguars and lions and all those. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Anyway, so the point is, the Magyars, their villagers kill all of those in 1 strike. And that just saves a lot of time, and your villagers aren't going to be susceptible to those animals. But they're still just as weak against anything else, so don't let that lull you into a false sense of security. So then the okay, yeah, I was just looking at that. It looked really empty, but no, it's fine. Anyway, so the next thing is that they get forging, iron casting, and blast furnace for free. So those are attack upgrades. So you get an immediate power spike in the feudal age. You don't even need a blacksmith to get these upgrades. In the Forgotten, you actually needed a blacksmith to get the benefit, but you get that benefit for free as soon as as soon as you get to each age. You don't even need a blacksmith for that, so you can just pop out 2 stables as soon as you hit feudal. Start pumping out scouts with +1 attack, and you don't have to do anything for it, which is that's a very good bonus. Especially since with their next bonus, Scout Cavalry, Light Cavalry, and Hussar cost -15%. So it's right now it says it's like 80 food. It's not showing up for some reason. The discount isn't showing up, but I don't know if -15% of that would be. I think it's like 67 food or something, if I remember correctly. But obviously, since you get those scouts for less, you don't have to pay as much on those scouts, and you get the armor upgrade or the attack upgrades for free. You can perform a very powerful scout rush without having to spend a whole lot of resources to do it, which is always very helpful. So then the team bonus is that foot archers have +2 line of sight, and I must say it's not that useful for foot archers to do it. I don't think it doesn't affect their range at all, but if they're going against something like skirmishers or a mangonel, you might be able to see it coming sooner and respond. So I don't know exactly how this team bonus is useful. It's probably not all that useful, but it's a team bonus. What can I say? Anyway, the unique unit is the Magyar Hussar. It costs 80 food and 10 gold. So basically the same cost as a light cavalry, but with a little bit of gold. So Magyar unique light cavalry unit, strong versus siege weapons, weak versus pikemen and camel riders. So yeah, so it's strong versus siege weapons. So it has a bonus like the Mangadai, which makes it pretty good against mangonels, which is actually important because the Magyar cavalry archers are actually pretty good. So if you want to keep them from getting too damaged by those mangonels, the Magyar Hussar is going to really be helpful at dispatching them. As you can see, they get heavy cavalry archer, and they get ring archer armor and bracer, and they also get a unique tech, which I'm going to get to. That also helps them. So then the unique tech, first one for Magyars is Corvinian army. Magyar Hussars cost no gold. Now, they cost 10 gold by default, which already isn't that much, but this just makes them a trash unit. And they cost as much as a light cavalry would cost for any other civilization. So they're more expensive than a regular light cavalry, but they're more powerful. However, they're harder to mass because you need a castle to create them, and you can't really mass castles as easily you can mass stables. So that has that downside, but they are more powerful than light cavalry, and you can pretty much win the trash war early on. Like in the late game, it does cost 300 gold, so you need to create a bunch of units to pay it off. But in the late game, when gold is very low and you need to resort to trash units, the Magyars, they have an advantage. They have an extra unit that they can create with no gold, and trash wars tend to be very stale, very samey among most civilizations, because most civilizations don't have other trash options, but the Magyars do, and that makes them a top-tier trash civilization, if I do say so myself. So then the other unique tech, which I alluded to earlier, is recurve bow, and Cavalry Archers have +1 range and +1 attack. So it's basically the same as fletching, bodkin arrow, and bracer. Basically just an extra upgrade specifically for Cavalry Archers. So Cavalry Archers, Heavy Cavalry Archers, let's see. Heavy Cavalry Archers have 4 range by default. So fletching would give them 5. Bodkin arrow would give them 6. Bracer would give them 7. And then recurve bow would give them 8. So that's like on the level of like longbowmen, which is pretty insane. Maybe not quite on the level of longbowmen, but still that's a lot of range for Cavalry Archer. And Heavy Cavalry Archers, they also have 7 attack. So then 8, 9, 10, and 11. So you have an 8 range Heavy Cavalry Archer with 11 attack. And that's pretty good. That's a pretty good Cavalry Archer. Magyars have some of the best Cavalry Archers in the game, for sure. But anyway, that's basically. I already spent long enough talking about this, so yeah, it's been like half an hour almost. So really gotta speed things up here. Once again, I apologize for having the sniffles because, well, you already know. Now, the Burmese are the first civilization in this series to have the Southeast Asian architecture. So, I feel like this might be a bit loud. Let me check. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit more. There we go. It should be fine now. Okay, yeah. Creating a dock. Are they doing anything with it? Yeah, they're making fishing chips. They also have a dock, so they're also making fishing chips. So I don't know what he's doing. I think he's scouting using the fishing. They already have 3 fishing ships out. He only has 2, so I think the Magyars probably got a bit of a head start there. It's a 4 versus 3. Well, now they both have 4, but now he has 5, so he's currently ahead in fishing ship production. He's adding another dock now. Oh. Okay, so it's a bit of a heavily abbreviated. What's going on here? Oh. Hello. Those deceptively weak Magyar villagers, I think, were trying to go after the scout there. So now he's also he's also adding a second dock. So let's see here. So remember, he is getting those lumber camp tax for free. So he is mining inherently mining faster by default. So look how fast he's mining that. Or, chopping, sorry. So look how fast he's chopping compared to... Oh, I wouldn't be able to see that. Compared to, let's say, this guy here. He's not chopping very fast. But they are. Which is, that's a very helpful bonus, if I do say so myself. Anyway. What is he doing? He's making a blacksmith. He hasn't started farming yet. Oh, it's because he has the... Holy cow. Making a navy here, okay. Magyars currently aren't doing anything with the navy, but he is making a fire ship to try to deny the water here. Oh, I stand corrected. He does actually have a navy. Ooh, and he's building a tower right by the water, which is something the AI likes to do on this map for some reason. Now he's trying to take water control here, but I don't think it's going to work because Magyars do have more ships at this point. So I don't think he's going to be able to take the water at this stage. See, he's definitely going to lose this battle. What is he doing in terms of land superiority? He has a market. Is he trying to wall up using buildings? I'm not sure. Oh, there's that fishing ship not doing anything. Okay, now it's doing something. How much can he see? You can still see those relics. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Anyway. So... you just give it up on water, okay? You're not gonna win. Unless you start spamming a lot of ships, which you don't seem to be doing that, so... probably should just fall back right now. He's making a blacksmith. Is he going for land military at all? Is this just gonna be a water game? Hope not. I highly doubt this will just be a water game, but he does. It's very interesting. He does seem to be trying to wall with houses, which is something the AI didn't really learn how to do until recently. So. He is starting to build up his water numbers here. He has 7 versus 19. Close but no cigar. I don't know what he's planning on doing in terms of land military. He seems to be prioritizing water control for right now, even though he's not doing a very good job with it. And I don't know, he's reasonably close to advancing. Oh, hello. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to get off water. Oh! The demo ship just one-shot that fishing ship. Demo raft. It's really interesting. The demo rafts don't have a lot of attack compared to regular demo ships, but they're still good in the feudal age. Yeah, okay. It's just ridiculous. The Magyars just have so much water control right now, and they don't seem to be prioritizing land military either, which I find quite peculiar. I don't understand why they're behaving that way, and they should refresh that lumber camp there. I'm not sure why they're not doing it. But they are... Magyars are on the way to Castle Age. Or Burmese are on their way to Castle Age. Magyars just started. Trying to build another dock here, but okay, there's a tower, but it's not going to do much here. They are walling the coastline for some reason. Kind of glitching out there. Yeah. I don't know if he's actually going to continue trying to build that dock. I don't think he's actually going to get water control at this stage. There's really no way. There's too much. He can't seem to make up his mind whether or not he wants to garrison those villagers. Yeah, so look at this. This is not going their way at all. But he is now in the castle age, so he does have access to fire ships. Yeah. Is this still too loud? I hope not. It might. Nah. It might not be too loud. Anyway. Holy cow. Is he actually going to win water? He might actually win water. I did not see this coming. He's actually starting to take back water control. Okay, now he has the fire ship upgrade. So now he's actually taken the water. How did he manage to do that? I don't know. I thought the Magyars were going to certainly win on the water. I thought it was a foregone conclusion, but now they actually seem to be winning. The Burmese seem to be winning on water, which I would not have seen coming. Going another lumber camp there. Still not going for any land military for some reason. Oh, he does have a barracks, so that means he might choose to go for... He might choose to go for archery range or something. Or probably elephants, I would say. Because the archers, like I said, they aren't very good with the Burmese. They have normal galleys. That's pretty funny. Yeah, okay. This is just ridiculous. What? He has a lot of docks. 5 docks versus 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 docks. Oh, he's building a castle. Whoa, he has a monastery. Okay, are we gonna see Magyar Hussars? Remember, Burmese are not prioritizing land military at all. They are putting their eggs all in one basket. And that's not a good idea on this map because this is a hybrid land and water map. It is not one or the other. You have to be good on both if you want to do well on this map. And yeah, it does appear that he is starting to produce Magyar Hussars. He's collecting relic there. So the Burmese are also building a castle. That's very interesting. But they aren't making... They have an archery range. But they aren't making any other... They should probably get a monastery and collect that relic. I think that actually might be what they're trying to do there. Uh-oh. I'm not sure what that lady was going to build, but not really going for anything land military related. They're really just doing a whole... Okay, meanwhile, they have... The Magyars are actually making a land military. The Burmese aren't doing that at all. And I don't know why. Make a second town center just for this gold, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But... Alright, yeah, so I don't really understand why the Burmese are behaving this way. They just built another archer range. What did I remind you? Burmese archers aren't good at all. So, very strange choice. They can grab that relic if they had monastery. Can't. There was a relic over there, but the monk must have grabbed it from the other side. Oh, now he's making a monastery. A bit late. I don't know why you're taking... I don't know why the AI is just... He's making a Rambai. Okay, so... That's not a good choice. Magyar Hazars could just... Wait a minute, just said the Rambai are good in melee. So... Thing is, they're actually quite weak in terms of, like, HP, so the Magyar Hazar would be able to pretty easily take them out. I don't really fully understand what the Burmese are trying to do here. Do they think that they need to just be like entirely water-based? It's like, that's not necessary. They did get the scout though. Like, I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. They have... The opposing side has a lot of military. And I think they're gonna try to strike pretty soon. He just walled him out. Okay, that was interesting. Now he is collecting that relic, so that's important. As I said, this is the first episode with a civilization with the Southeast Asian architecture in it. Now, it's not the first episode with the Rise of the Raja civilization in it, because the Vietnamese were added in the Rise of the Rajas expansion. But, back in HD, they had Southeast Asian architecture. But in DE, it was changed to East Asian. I think I may have mentioned that in the original video with the Vietnamese. I can't remember. What's going on here? Oh, these two lumberjack. These lumber camps are coexisting. Yeah. How nice. Oh, not another castle. What the heck? Do they have no plans for another castle at all? Okay. They are starting to create pikemen, which I think is actually a good idea. Yeah, they're making pikemen, so that's actually a good idea against these cavalry. And those are good pikemen that they can upgrade to halberdier. So, and, you know, they have the extra attack. So that's definitely helpful against the Magyar Hazar, but I think they're just doing it too slowly. Yeah, see? Rambai, individual Rambai are not good against individual units. Building university, another barracks. That'll help with the span. That's actually the third barracks, it looks like. So, anyway, building another barracks. So now 4 barracks. That would definitely help with the spam. Oh, 5 barracks and a siege workshop. But they're not going for any elephants, so it seems they're just... Okay, they're going for another... They're building another castle. Okay, so That's their second castle at the coastline, so they want to maintain that water control. So they do it does seem like they're actually trying to make a land military now, as opposed to just kind of giving up on that. Now they're in the Imperial Age, so that's important. Oh, I heard elephants. Where did I hear elephants? I don't know where I heard elephants. Okay, now they have another stable. Oh, there they are. There are the elephants, hidden behind the house. So remember, these elephants are benefited by a civilization bonus and a unique tech. And yeah. Another town center on gold. They like to do that for some reason. Are we gonna see a big push from either side soon? I hope so. Just getting around that. Holy cow, look at that military. That is a full-scale army. As opposed to, well, Burmese military, which is less impressive. Because you need a lot of halberdiers in order to be effective against a lot of cavalry, because halberdiers are cheaper and weaker. Yeah, see, they're not going to be very effective here. Yeah, so this army is not going to be very good. Okay, yeah, they don't seem to be losing too many units, the Magyars. Even though they're statistically up against weaker units that counter them. Yeah, see, even the elephants go down in the black face of the black army. I think that's what it was called back in the day. Yeah, see, look, there's like nothing they can do about this. Nothing at all. The moral of the story is, don't postpone making a land military, because your opponent is probably not going to do the same thing. Even on a water-based map, if it's a hybrid, always try to make a land military. Yeah, see, the Magyars are making Cavalry Archers. And, yeah. So this game's probably almost over, because there's really nothing that they can do at this point. They're going to try plop down another castle, but they really can't. They don't have any villagers. Yeah, the black army is just coming for them, and it's way too strong. Couldn't do anything about it. Yeah. Just not much they could do at this point. Now, if they had built those 5 barracks early on and decided to spam a whole lot of halberdiers, they might have been able to win. But just a matter of time. I'm just waiting for the computer to resign. I hope this isn't too loud. I hope not. Whoa, holy cow, that's a lot of lag. They can't decide where to build that 3rd castle like it's gonna do any good. Yeah, there's just... Yeah, there's just too much. Too much. Burmese can't really do anything. Once this castle goes down, all those villagers are gonna eject. And it's over. Still haven't resigned yet, though. I'm not sure what they're planning. And the castle goes down. Yeah, and they're taking out all the buildings one by one. Yeah. Even they're even losing water control. Just add insult to injury. Somehow they're not resigning though. I'm not sure why that is. That's so weird. It's clearly over for them, but they're not resigning. Notice they didn't really create too many. I'm not sure they actually created any regular light cavalry. They went for like all Magyar Hussar and heavy cavalry archer. And the occasional paladin. So it's actually a very good army composition for the Magyars. I didn't see him resign, but yeah. So moral of the story is, don't put off making a land Don't put off making a land military. You may not get the chance. And the Burmese learned this the hard way. Now they're under subjugation by the Magyars. I don't know how that would work geographically, but I mean the British conquered, most of Southeast Asia. So British and French conquered Southeast Asia. So I guess it could work. But anyway, basically, the Magyars had a very good army composition, as I alluded to. They had a bunch of Magyar Hussars, a lot of them actually. Then they had heavy cavalry archers, a lot of those, and they had a few pikemen, not too many, and then a bunch of skirmishers, probably to deal with the Burmese pikemen. But anyway, yeah. So let's look at the stats here. So the Magyars had a very, very strong army composition that really played to their strengths. So I'm really impressed with the AI here. It created a very natural army composition for the Magyars. And I wasn't actually surprised that the Magyars won this, because I think they're considered one of the strongest civilizations in the game. So they're very, really good early game civilization, but they actually have a lot to offer in the late game too. So they're just a very strong civilization in general. So largest army 119 versus 48. As I stated multiple times, if the Burmese had just plopped down those 5 barracks earlier and started making all those halberdiers or pikemen early, they might have been able to deal with the massive Magyar Hussar swarm, but it was just too much at that point. So score, yeah, pretty typical. No surprise, Magyars collected the most of each resource. 100% of the map explored for the Burmese versus 99. Whatever, that's not really important. Society, most relic gold, 1,000. Almost 2,000 versus only about 400 for the Burmese. Burmese did not take advantage of their team bonus at all. I'm very disappointed with that. They could have gone more monks if they wanted to. Especially since the regular Hussar, which the Magyars did not make, is better against monks than the Magyar Hussar. And that's like the main distinction between the two of them. The regular Hussar has a bonus against monks. The Magyar Hussar does not, as a bonus against siege. So those two seem very similar on the surface, but they have different roles in the military. And so since the Magyars were not going for regular Hussar, the Burmese could have gone for monks if they wanted to, but they didn't do that. They didn't really go for much of anything, and that's incredibly disappointing. But whatever, that's the way it goes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope the all the sniffling and coughing didn't bother you, and I hope the sound was all right in terms of like all the balance. Um, I hope the noise of the game wasn't too loud, and I can't really speak too loud because I'm losing my voice, but you know whatever. Anyway, I uh I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in another video, maybe in another episode of this series, but who knows. Um, have a good day. Bye.